Another red day for stocks today, guys. That makes it the third straight day, at least in 2024, I believe. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 days in 2024. All of them have been red, and I think we ended off the year last year on a red note as well. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, now 4 straight days of red across the indexes. We're talking the S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, Russell. So we have to do a breakdown in this video on the charts, and we'll go over some stocks I'm looking at, of course, as always. So make sure to hit that like button. If y'all find value, hit that subscribe button as well. You might as well do that, and follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks, link down below, or just pop up the app. Come on, guys, follow me on X. And with that being said, let's dive into it. Oh, cheers, by the way. Can't forget the coffee, and let's dive into it, guys. So check it out. We had a red day, like I said. Actually, no, the Dow looks like it did break even. It went up 10 points. All right, 10 points on the Dow. Pretty much nothing, but yeah, that broke even, but we had the Russell down 0.1%, NASDAQ down 0.5%, looks like the S&P down 0.3%, and we had the VIX up 0.6%, and the metals went up as well. Looks like gold up 0.4%, and we had silver up almost 0.25%. So pretty good day for the metals. Looks like silver's at $23.20 an ounce, and gold's at $2,050 an ounce, which maybe I should make a video on the metals. I don't know if you guys give a crap about the metals, but maybe we should make a video on them, breaking down the charts, talking a bit more about what's going on there. But in this video, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus on these indexes, which of course had a very strong close to the year. You guys know that. And a lot of people are saying right now that this is kind of like the hangover to the Federal Reserve Party, if you will, that we had in the second half of December. I mean, you guys remember we had Jerome Powell, the press conference. I believe it was on the 13th of December, 15th. Either way, it was in the middle of December. And pretty much since that point, markets took off like crazy. We hit all-time highs on the Dow, the NASDAQ, not the S&P or the Russell, but the other two we did. And, you know, now we're just seeing the hangover, if you will, of that event, right? We're seeing a couple straight days of red. Again, I think it's 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 days of red here on SPY. And triple Q, same thing. I mean, this is the NASDAQ 100. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe actually 5 days, or at least 4 days of selling. Either way, we've, been selling off every day this year so far. And now we're actually seeing a pretty bearish shorter term chart, I guess you can say, on the shorter time frames on SPY and triple Q. I mean, we have death cross on the 1 hour chart here on triple Q and on SPY, you guys can see. And now we're actually taking out the lows as well from the end of December on SPY, being about 467-ish, 468. And triple Q's, looks like it's already under those lows from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we're well under the lows from the end of last month. So, yeah, I mean, this looks pretty bearish in the very short term. But, of course, as you peel the layers back a little bit on the 4 hour chart, we're still very bullish, in the grand scheme of things. We're still holding an uptrend here. Clearly, we're right by the 180 SMA on triple Q and on SPY, same exact thing, right? So time will tell, do buyers come in at 460, 465, mid 460s on SPY? That'd be a big spot here, at least on the 4 hour chart. And do buyers come in on triple Q at around, 395, 400? This is a spot worth watching where we are right now. So that's a quick breakdown on those two. Let me see what the Russell's looking like today. Looks like, yeah, we're right by the 50 SMA, right by the highs as well from, it looks like, the beginning of September, being about 1930, 40-ish, right? We're right by that point right now. So let's see if we actually start rebounding. We are fairly oversold now in the Russell on the 4 hour chart, at least in my personal opinion. And let me see here, what else do we got, guys? The Dow went green today somehow, 10-point green day, and really the Dow's the only index that's not being affected pretty much at all from this recent sell-off. I mean, guys, the Dow Jones right now is only 400 points away, about 350 points away from all-time highs, meaning it's only down around not even 1%, 0.8, 0.9% over the past couple of days, as we have the other indexes down more than that, right, since the beginning of this year. So the Dow's holding up very, very, very well, as I'm sure you guys probably know. That one's been crushing it, and again, not selling off at all here pretty much over the past couple of days. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to get your free stocks from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. Fund your account at least $100, you get 5 stocks, and fund your account at least $1,000. On top of those 5 stocks, you get 10 more stocks, each of those up to $2,000 as well. So 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. Get your stocks from Moomoo, link down below, or again, go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's break down some stocks here that I'm looking at. You all probably remember we talked about Rivian a couple of days ago. Well, that one sold off even more today. Today it went down about 4%, on top of what we saw the last couple of days, where it went down, I think, from around $24 to about $19, $20. So it sold off like 15, 16%. Pretty big drop for Rivian. So that got hit yet again, guys, and they dropped initially on weaker, deliveries, which the deliveries beat the expectations, right? But I guess they weren't as great as investors had priced in. Maybe this is part of the hangover overall in stocks, like I said, with the indexes, right? You know, Rivian had a huge month of December after that Fed meeting, or the press conference, right? So, you know, it's still up since the beginning of December. I mean, it's still up big time, but we've sold off a good chunk here. So this is one that I'm watching on the weakness, anywhere from $19, $20, kind of where we are right now, to be honest. I'm watching it very closely. So that's Rivian, RIVN. Let me see what else here, guys. I think Nike. Yeah, Nike's one that I'm watching. This went down about 1.5% today. And Nike's getting a bit oversold now. I think it's getting a bit overblown after earnings. I mean, look, right before earnings, we were at 125. Now we're at like $100 in the past. We've dropped $25 in the past, 2 weeks. This is huge in my opinion. And I think it's going to rebound. I think we're going to get some sort of relief rally on Nike. Obviously, I don't know when. It's not guaranteed, of course, but it is something that I'm watching out for here moving forward, especially if this thing starts dipping down to the mid-90s. I mean, low 90s especially. I'll probably be a buyer of Nike. If it does get down there, heck, I'm considering it right now in the low hundreds, right? 100 to 105. I'm watching Nike super close. And let me see what else here, guys. CRM sold off a little bit, but that's probably still overbought. It's actually getting pretty oversold now, but still up a ton over the past couple of weeks, of course. And it looks like we're approaching that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is right around 240, 245. This could be potentially where we do get buyers to come in. I don't know. We'll see. But CRM's getting to a point where it's getting interesting here on the dip, more from a swing trading perspective, right? At least in my opinion, that's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know about you guys, but that's CRM. Let me look at another one here. Adobe went down a bit on the day. This is actually getting pretty interesting here. We're getting a little oversold, which obviously it's still up big time, but now we're down from 635 to 567. We're down about, 10-11%, so we're in correction territory. This is one that's also approaching this trend line right here, guys. This is one that could be worth watching. If it gets down to, let's say, 550, 555, 560 even, this is one from a swing trading perspective that I'm personally watching. So ADBE, keep it on the watch list, guys. Let me do one more quickly here before we do wrap up the video. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, LYV, Live Nation, which is one that is currently at about $89 per share. You can see over the past couple of days, we have been selling off with the market. Obviously, makes sense. And now we're approaching the 180 moving average, which I think is a big spot. Well, it is a big spot of support, but I think we could potentially be bouncing off that level, right? That's going to be a spot that I'm personally watching here. Let me draw it out for you guys. Boom, right here, as we did see something very similar pan out a couple of weeks ago. Looks like in the middle of, well, now about 2 months ago, in the middle of November, we hit about, $90, pulled back to 82-ish dollars, hit that 180 SMA, then boom, we ripped like no other. So yeah, let's see if LYV does something similar to that now. Anywhere from $85, $86. I think it needs to come down a little bit more, but if it does, 85, 86, I'm going to be watching it super, super closely, guys. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to follow me on X at Stocks Talk Stocks. And, of course, subscribe here on YouTube, guys. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs this year, and it's not possible without you guys. I appreciate you all, as always. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all later.